Describe your personal philosophy. My personal philosophy is along the lines of treat others how you would like to be treated, do what's right because it's the right thing to do, and to do what absolutely makes you happy and not anybody else. Like, live for yourself, basically. Because in the end, that's all that matters, really. It's like not anything that you've gained in life or anything that you've worked for. It's about experience and like doing what has made you happy and living happily, I guess. And then like that could include money if that's what makes you happy or whatnot. But like, it shouldn't be just about money or material objects. Like, that to me is ridiculous. What beliefs do I have now after taking philosophy class? My beliefs haven't really changed since, like, probably 11th grade, maybe. But they've been somewhere between, like, science, like, just the sciences and learning about the universe and stuff, and Buddhism, maybe, like, a new-aged Buddhism, if you will, like, somewhere between the faith, quote-unquote, part of Buddhism and, like, nirvana and, like, the cycle of rebirth and such. Like, I am not 100% sold on the idea of rebirth. I'm just not sure. But I am 100% sold on the idea of the sciences. Like, I wholly believe that science is true. Like, you just evolution, the growing of the universe, like in the Big Bang, and like how the universe is like a cycle, basically, like a gigantic, one huge process, I guess, which leads me on to my next point. Now, I believe that the universe is a cycle because of, like, well, basically, I saw this article that said, anyway, the article basically said that the universe is one gigantic cycle. They're finding that from the Big Bang, over time, the universe slowly expands outward and creates, like, the spirals of our galaxy and such. Like, I'm definitely not saying it correctly, but you'll have to read the article. But anyway, it basically said that the universe is one gigantic cycle, and that kind of rung true to me because in Hinduism, they believe that the creation of our universe along with its destruction are part of one gigantic cosmic cycle. And for science to basically overlay that with facts and, like, just cold hard information, basically, on this article, which the name of now eludes me, like, it's really bad, but the article is really good. Okay, that was not good, but to clear that all up, I believe somewhere between the sciences and Buddhism. Like, I believe that we are all energy, we are all just waves of, basically all life in the universe is just energy, and we are maybe a different collection of energy, or energy arranged in a certain way that we are human beings, and then energy that's arranged in a certain way perhaps is then like trees or like grass and whatnot. Like, that's what I believe, somewhere in between Buddhism and the sciences. What positions have I changed as a result of philosophy? I changed my view of other religions, basically. Like, before, I was completely intolerant to anybody who believed in God, or a God, or, like, just because, like, it was just so against what I believe in. Like, I do not believe in a creator God. I believe that the universe is one big cycle, and taking philosophy has allowed me, basically, to have, I guess, an open mind in the respect that I can now see where they're coming from. Like, I understand why they would have that belief, or, like, I can just relate to that, I guess, like, in a way, like, in the same way that I wouldn't want to be forced to go to church, like, you wouldn't want to be forced to believe what I believe. So, I just think that it goes back, you know, it all goes back, like, just treat others how you want to be treated, basically. Like, just don't try to force feed religion to other people. What logic and teachings brought me to this point in my philosophy? Well, mostly I would say it's the teachings of the Buddha, following the Eightfold Path and the Four Noble Truths. That has been a real catalyst, like a life-changing teaching in my life, like the catalyst for change in my life recently. Like it's allowed me to see that even though there is bad in the world, like you don't have to accept it as bad. Like you can just, I guess, not brush it off, but in a way brush it off. Like you just don't, it's gonna be bad. Things are gonna be bad, so why let them affect you so strongly, you know? Like, why not just brush it off, continue being happy, because they're unavoidable. Like you can't avoid death, you can't avoid economic crisis, you can't avoid natural disaster, you can't avoid anything, really. Everything that happens to you just happened, you know? Like, I also like to read scientific journals and watch, like, Through the Wormhole and Science Channel, and educational videos and such about the universe and how it works and how we're slowly discovering how it works. Like, I am a full believer in the Big Bang, and that there's more to this universe than just God and just, like, I don't know, I shouldn't have said that, but I believe that it's bigger than humanity can understand right now. I feel like it's just beyond human consciousness almost to fully understand the universe and what life is and how life works and such. Like, you can't claim to know everything 100%, but I think with science it creates a strong foreground, I guess, for your beliefs because they're based in evidence. How has this impacted how you live your life? Well, mostly it's impacted me in the fact that I try to live it now instead of just saying or acting like I act out these things on the daily basis. Like, I actually try and have, like, an actual awareness of what I'm saying and what I'm doing and stuff now that I never had before, that I honestly never would have even been capable of until coming across this class and allowing myself to, I guess, cement my own beliefs in a way. Through critical thinking and through analyzing and stuff like that, mostly is how. This has been a philosophical monologue on tape by Jordan Toler.